3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Down. Fight. 97. 22 needle. Ready.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Well, this defense for the Saints very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. And the slot man goes in motion left. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they'll get to him right away as he's taken down right there at the 44. In motion left here, Marshall. It's Young on first down. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 3. Now Young going to move him around.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Fight 60. Drill 52.
Another run with Sanders. And all the way in for the touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Antlers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A give to Kamara running right. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
Second down and 4.
We're good.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5.
It's now 3rd and 5.
Carr going to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. The Saints at 500 at 6-6. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Carr. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown! DJ Chark. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Antlers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. But you look at this defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Bird. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Young's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first-down gains.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 21. Young here, you can see changing the play. And now an audible here into something else. They go back to the ground with Sanders. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Striker, 3-3, 52 blaster.
They'll send Marshall in motion left. Looking to throw, Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Antlers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0.
Saints nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
They are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes...
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
6-18. Get down, get down.
Now Carr to try again after the pick six. And the catch made by Johnson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the
29.
29-yard line.
29.
To throw, it's Carr.
Open man downfield is Johnson.
A big-time play there for New Orleans. 53 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Raider one.
Now Carr.
Olave holds it in.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
18-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
734. 93. 90.
Carr to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Raider 2. Hey, 734. Hey, Raider 2. 694. That's it.
Here's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead,
looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So maybe some signs of life where this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Black shot. Blue strike.
Back to throw. This one into the hands of Thielen. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start.
There he goes, left side. And touchdown. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Antlers are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Saints 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Down.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
7:34.
Carr now on first down. Here's Johnson with a reception. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Carr. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll go again with Sanders. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Young's throw there incomplete. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Saints take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visiting Saints who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in New Orleans. On 2nd down, Kamara. Now inside the 25, Alvin Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 75. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
First down and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Yellow. Edo blue.
Young now after the fumble recovery. That is caught by Thielen. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Young will set to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Black Ultra. Claws red.
Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Six. Mega. Red. Yellow.
Now here's Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Young, he's going to change it up.
Striker. 3-3.
Now they'll change things up.
Fight. White.
3rd down, Young from the gun.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Later one.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
That's good for us Saints.
7:34.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Carr now on 1st down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
93.
So that complicates
93.
things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Carr.
He completes it to Olave.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw caught by Olave.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to go. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's Carr to throw.
The pass caught by Olave.
Touchdown!
Chris Olave.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit. The Saints offense and Derek Carr, they're still on the field, so they figure to go for 2 here.
Express.
They'll look to throw. That's caught, but he will not make it into the end zone. He stops short, and that might spell an end to their chances as this stays a 3-score game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Drill 52.
Another run here with Sanders. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On play action, Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They bring their punter out there now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
You're mine. 637. 29.
Now Carr, got to have this one. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down. And they celebrate a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Now Carr. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Again, it's Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Down. Raider 2. $29. 93.
Carr now to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Ugo Amadi there to make the tackle. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And quickly they get to the line.
Now Young going to move him around.
They'll run with Sanders. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case,